Howdy everybody, and welcome back to another, I'm just gonna call this one like a Cannibal Crossing quickie, a quick story, about my life, because I have something I need to talk about, because I recently have gotten myself addicted to something, and addiction's never fun, it's not good, and honestly, it's kind of been taking over my life. My mornings, my breaks at work, sometimes just working, I'll be in the middle. I'll just try to get in some of this, and then whenever I try to go to sleep, it's the only thing I can think about. If I'm doing nothing in my day, the only thing I can think about is this. And as sad as it is a mobile game called Woodoku. Yeah, they already know from the title. I already have an idea for the title, so you already know what it is. So but it's essentially like a Sudoku board with Tetris pieces, and you're supposed to fit the pieces into the 3x3 areas, and then they'll disappear, so you can put more there. You're supposed to kind of just keep the chain going for as long as you can. I have played it for maybe a week now, no more than that, and the first day I was like, okay, this is kind of fun. I can see people liking this, but at the same time, there are ads. There's so many ads. Every time you finish a level, there's an ad. And I was like, alright, I got an ad. I'm done playing today. And then the next day came around, and I was like, oh, I'll play this again. And I went to play, and I got an ad, and I was like, oh, I'll just close it. But what if I reopen it, right away? Because for those of you who don't know, I am a master of closing the ads and reopening apps so that the ads are gone. And I can just keep doing them, like Spotify. You close the app, the ads go away, new music plays for you. It's kind of fucking awesome. And so who needs to pay for Spotify Premium when you can just close the app every, 20 minutes? It's pretty good. Pretty solid. With this, I figured the same premise would work, and it did. I was able to just close the game, and then bada bing, bada boom, got right back into another one. It was great, I thought. Until day 5, where I would... From day 2 to day 5, I was playing this game almost constantly. Throughout the day, throughout my morning, before I'd get into work, my break would be doing that, and then when I get home, I'd do that till 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. I'd be like, I gotta go to bed. And I put something on and I try to go to bed. And I was like, alright, this is fine. But around day 6, I was getting really tired of the ads. The levels they were giving me were getting a lot more complicated, so I was getting a lot more just out of it. And I was like, I think I'm gonna play this a little bit less. I think I'm done playing today. And I didn't play for that whole day. Not that whole day after that did I start playing. And nighttime comes around, and I'm like, alright, I'm gonna go to bed. And that's when I realized that it's infiltrated my brain. Because in my head, while I'm trying to sleep, and some thoughts are going through my head, there's a constant background to my dream, and that, not my dream, but my dozing out phase of trying to go to bed. The constant was the game, Woodoku. I would see the board, and sometimes it'd be refined spots on the board, but it'd be the board in general, and then I'd be placing the tokens around the thing. I'd already have a setup started on the board, a challenge mode where it's there's already things on the board trying to make it work. I'd have that already, and then I'd be placing the blocks in a way that would work. And I'm not even kidding when I said I was super hopped up on this, and I was like, oh my god, what the hell is happening to me? I'm actually addicted to this thing. And so I was like, alright, I'll just play a little more. And then it was 4 in the morning. I was like, oh dear god, okay, I need to stop. And then I wake up, I don't stop, I keep playing. Work comes around, my break, that's what I do. I don't watch anything, I don't listen to anything, I just fucking Woodoku. Then I get home, play a little, and then I'm like, alright, I'm done. And then as I'm trying to fall asleep again, it's just like it just creeps back in. Like, hey, buddy, what if there was some pieces in the middle of this square and you had these 3 pieces? What would you do? And I go, oh, that's easy. I'll just do that, and then I'd see the blocks go into the thing, and I'd be like, yeah, that was a good fit. and I'm just like, oh my god, I actually can't get away from it. I couldn't get away from it, and I just tried sleeping, but I couldn't. It took me like 3 hours to go to bed. I go into bed maybe like 1:30 in the morning because I was just so hyped up and hooked onto this fucking mobile game. And I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. In my head, I'm like, oh, just uninstall it. But it's like, it's the easiest thing in the world to do is reinstall a mobile game. So nowadays they're getting so freaking vulturous with apps and stuff. It's always like, oh, are you sure you want to do that? Like, you don't have to do that if you don't want to. You can just turn off notifications. Oh, well, man, you can always just I don't know. We'll uninstall some of it, but in case you want to reinstall it, we'll have most of the game already backed up on your phone, so that way we can just go right back into playing, buddy. It's some scummy shit. It's like with Facebook. I remember once I tried uninstalling Facebook on my old LG phone, but Facebook was already like, it was like an automatically installed app or some shit. So I literally could not uninstall Facebook. It would be like, oh, well, we can like silence it, and we can, but there's always this button lingering around that's like, hey, you can just reactivate the Facebook app, and then boom, you get all the notifications again that you can't stop. It was an awful phone. For that reason, everything else about it was pretty good. I liked the button on the back to go home. I thought that was really cool. I missed that button. I still have that phone. I just don't use it because it's dead. Dead in the dirt. The only reason I still have that phone is because it has another mobile game that I love, Card Wars, on it. But that's not important. What's important right now is Woodoku. I mean, there were some other games that done this to me. There's like a game, it's like Diablo, but it's like a pixely zombie shooty game that I was super hyped into for a while. I actually spent money on that game. Star Wars, Galaxy of Heroes. There were some nights where I'd play it for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, and then I'd try to go to bed, and all I could think about was like different matchups and stuff. And it was I've had this before, and I've gotten through it. However, most of the games that I've had this problem with, I have, like, they were pretty decently heavy on strategy. They were like fairly bigger games that once you uninstall it, it's like if you reinstall it, there's a lot you have to relearn and redo and everything. With a game like this, it's made so simple that once you mess up, you're like, oh, I know how to fix that mess up, and then you watch an ad, you wait again, and it's like, okay, I'll just do this, but then they give you new blocks, so you're like, oh, well, shit, now that strategy doesn't work, now I have to do this, and you have to go again and restart. They keep you in there. They have an iron grip on you in games like this, and I gotta tell you, it is fucking demoralizing, to say the least. Just knowing that is really no escape. I'm just here to live my life as a Woodoku slave. And you know what? If that's what they want, if that's what Big Mobile wants from me, who am I to disagree? Oh man, it is crazy. It's a wild time. I mean, Woodoku, everybody, don't install it. It's not worth your life. It's not worth your day or morning or anything. Just please don't. I'm begging you not to do it. Because as fun of a game as it sounds, it gets really bad after a while. Not like the game gets bad, but just you can't you can't put it down. At least I definitely just can't fucking put it down. Like, I have my phone right next to me. I've been sometimes I just reopen the game while just doing this. I actually need help. I'm gonna uninstall it, because I genuinely cannot get away from it. But I don't know how much uninstalling it's gonna actually do for me, you know? I have no idea. But anyway, that's about it. Thanks y'all for tuning in. Have a great rest of your day. See you next time. Bye, everybody.